Today's video is going to be just a quick what's on my bookshelf, primarily because I am about to start writing my big research paper for my class. My final is next Friday, so today's gonna be a fun video. Just a short, quick, what is on my shelf. Just fun fact, I did make this bookshelf by hand, and no, that doesn't mean I went to IKEA and put it together that way. I actually, when one of the theaters I worked at, I took the scrap wood that we weren't using, put it together, stained it, etc. So that's why it is a little funky. Some shelves are bigger than others, some are not. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through, kind of show you what's on each shelf, and then let me know in the comments below what's on your bookshelf. Do you have a lot of to be reads, TBRs? Just let me know. So we will get this started. So I'm gonna flip you around. Okay, so on my top two are just pretty much little knickknacks that I have throughout. I do have a lot of stuff from Disney. I've been to Disney parks for quite a while. I have lived in Sarasota for, oh, it is 10 years this year. So as you can see, just like sippers and stuff like that. Disney's kind of gotten too expensive for me to go at this point, so I haven't really been in the past few years. Two things that I really have on my shelf that I absolutely love. Back here is the Eyes Wide Shut mask from the film. It's a replica, so it is one of my favorites. It is from a Venetian costume shop, and it is a full replication of the movie prop. And then just for my heart, these are my mom's glasses, so I do have those kept over from when she passed, and I'm going to get a tattoo with the colors of the glasses on my wrist in her final heartbeat. So then on the second shelf are just from some of the various trips I've been on. I went to Niagara Falls, so I got some real Canadian maple syrup, got one of the cups. I did do a 2-week trip to France back in 2019. So I've got Toulouse, I've got Paris, I've got France, and then these 3 Tintin figurines I also bought while I was there. I am a huge Tintin fan of the comics. You will see that further down on the shelves. So when I saw those in France, I just had to have them. And then also, again, just some souvenirs. And then one in the back, I have had this cup since probably 2011 when I went on my senior trip to New York. And that is from Max Brenner's The Bald Man's Chocolate Cafe. Ah, yeah, there we go. So, actually starting on my bookshelf, my first shelf is full of theatrical plays and things of that nature. Like I said, I've been in theater for a while, so pretty much a bunch of textbooks and things that I've learned through. And then on my actual shelf, I've got musicals like Into the Woods and Company. I'm a big Sondheim fan. I've got The Wild Party, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, some more modern classics and contemporaries. And then, of course, I did teach, so I taught quite a bit with theater, and I pulled all of my theatrical plays that I would teach in class or that I would read with the classes. So that's all on the first shelf. My second shelf is what I call my young adult literature, or just classics. So I have all of the Harry Potters in hardback. Those are from the original publications, or the first round of here in the US. And so I have those. I also have all of the Percy Jackson that goes all the way down because I love them. And I should say the Riordan universe, because I absolutely love Rick Riordan's writing. I have his 2 newest ones about Percy in high school. So I am gonna read those as soon as my final is finished next week. And then continuing down, I have the Hunger Games series, and I also have the new one pre-ordered, The Sunrise on the Reapings. And then I have all of my hardback editions, my collector's editions. I have everything, well, not everything. I've got a majority of what I used from Barnes & Noble. And then also Paradise Lost, Canterbury Tales, Frankenstein, other things that I've had for my channel. Oh, hi there. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I didn't see your comments. Hi, how are you guys? And then here I have my contemporary fiction. So all of these are like Ulysses, Lady Chanticleer's Lover, The Exorcist's Field Guide. Now that one's not fiction. That one is one that I actually have read. I delved a little bit into demonology, so I do have that book. But I have Shogun, Cloud Atlas, Fahrenheit 451, So I have quite an array and a mixture of what they would call quote unquote classic literature or more modern classic literature. I do have quite a bit because they are so much fun. And then which I will say that all of these are going to be a series on the YouTube channel. So if you see one of your favorites or one that I have not covered yet, put it down below because I know that I will definitely be getting to it. And then on my bottom shelves are just kind of my knickknacks. These are actually my high school yearbooks, or I should say my yearbooks from when I was in kindergarten all the way through high school. And these have all of the baby photos from me and my classmates. It's very, very cute. I also am a big Swiftie, so I do have the Eras Tour book that came out. I do have a few of the cookbooks. And then I also have the Tintin comics. I absolutely love those. They are some of my favorites. And these are actually, let me pull one out for you. Oh, these are actually in French. So I can speak a little bit of French. So I did go over again with my 2-week trip to Paris and to Toulouse, Bordeaux, Montpellier. I did learn a little bit of the language. So, je peux parler un petit français. Mon français, ce n'est pas le meilleur. Essentially, I can speak a little bit of French, but my French is not the best. And then I also have a few other kind of odds and ends on my bookshelf. Whoop. I do have the Dolly Parton book. I do love Dolly Parton. I also have the Voynich manuscripts. This is an interesting book. This one is from, they're not really quite sure who came up with it. And it's got so many intricate and special detailings to it that no one has really quite deciphered it. So the Voyage manuscripts essentially was this book that was created, and it's in a language that no one can quite tell what it is. So they're still trying to figure it out. It's very, very cool. It's very, very interesting. I just love to look at it. It's a good coffee table book. So it's one of my favorites to just kind of have out and let people look at it. And then I also have the Biblica, the Bible Atlas, and that is one that covers the geographical and more of the historical side of references in the Bible, places where people are, etc. And then to cap it all off, I do have my Wicked popcorn bucket from Regal. I do love the Wicked movie coming from a theater guy, so it was fantastic. So this is my shelf with all of my knickknacks. And again, I handmade this one just from scrap pieces of wood. All right, there we are. So that is pretty much what is on my bookshelf. Again, as you can see, knickknacks, personal things, theater, young adult, classics. So this is what's on my shelf. Tell me what's on your shelf. Do you have a shelf? Do you have any sort of like nightstand, or what are some of the things that are on your to-read list? I know that again with my class that I'm taking, I'm reading Color Purple right now and A Lesson Before Dying, and then I will start on probably Lord of the Flies, just so that way I can start getting more series out. But this is just a fun short little live video for everybody, just to kind of show you what my library looks like that I have. My problem is trying not to buy more. I already need another bookshelf with all the other books that I want to buy. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your day. And as always, stay lit. Bye, guys.